The High Court judges of appeal on Thursday ruled in favor of the late former President Robert Mugabe's children who are challenging the exhumation of their father's remains for the reburial at the National Heroes Acre in Harare. Bona, Tinotenda, and Bellarmine were challenging an order for the exhumation of Mugabe's remains and confiscation of their livestock as ordered by Chief Jimba Stanley Mondoro. In the judgment, Justice Amy Tsanga and Fatima Maxwell ruled against Chinoi Magistrate Ruth Moyo, who had ruled Mugabe's children had no rights to appeal against a judgment handed by their traditional court against their mother Grace. In May 2021, Chief Jimba ordered the exhumation of Mugabe from his rural home. The court also fined Grace for breaking burial rights and defaulting. A messenger of court was granted authority to seize 5 heifers and a goat, which the Jimba chief said was for cleansing of the country. Bona and her siblings were aggrieved by the ruling and took the matter to court. Bona said she was duly appointed executor to the estate of her father, hence her interest in the matter. The appeal at the lower court was challenged by Tainos Manongowere, a villager who initiated the matter. The magistrates upheld Manongowere's challenge. Bona and her siblings then appealed against the ruling at the High Court, which ruled in their favor. In the context of customary law, the court finds no absurdity in allowing any person aggrieved by a decision of a community court to appeal against it, even though the aggrieved person was not a party in the proceedings before the community court, the judges ruled. The court below erred in restricting the right of appeal to persons who were parties in proceedings before the community court. On the basis of the above, the first and the second grounds of appeal succeed. The appeal be and is hereby allowed with costs. The judgment of the court acquire is set aside and is substituted as follows. The first preliminary point be and is hereby dismissed and costs be in the course. The judges also referred the matter back to Chinoi Magistrate Court for continuation of the hearing. During the hearing, Bona and her siblings argued that no one except them had the authority over their father's grave, warning that anyone who would tamper with it would be committing a criminal offense as outlined in the Burial Act. Through their lawyer Tawanda Jwarara, Mugabe's children insisted that the lower court must first determine if the traditional leader who ordered the exhumation and reburial had the rights to do so. Mugabe died aged 95 in September 2019 and was buried at Kutama after his family refused to have him interred at the National Heroes Acre.